judge is deciding whether to lower the bond of an accused wife killer who police say confessed to the murder. Stephen Miller is charged with choking his wife, then trying to convince the family and police she mysteriously disappeared. Last month, 3 days after Miller reported her missing, officers charged him. In a hearing this morning, his attorney requested less than the current $1.5 million bond. Now, Miller's children testified on his behalf. They say their mother was the abuser in this troubled relationship, but prosecutors questioned if Miller was the victim. Why did he dump Gloria Miller's body in a creek bed? Houston County Judge Benjamin Lewis should rule tomorrow.